student of YHWH, and I'm just back at it with another quick video. And I wanted to do a quick lesson on how Esau himself was not white. Again, Esau himself was not white. And what I'm going to do is, I'm going to go into the Bible, of course. I'm going to go into the Hebrew, the Strong Concordance, and I'm going to go into history to prove without any shadow of a doubt that Esau himself was not white. And when I say white, I don't mean white as in this. When I say white, I mean Esau was not white as in the Europeans that you see. I mean that Esau was not white as in Donald Trump. Esau was not so-called white. So what I'm going to do is, I'm going to pick it off at the birth of Esau. So let's go to Genesis chapter 25. And I'm going to prove without any shadow of a doubt that Esau himself was not white. This is Genesis chapter 25, verse 23. And before I start, I just wanted to let everybody know that I read from the Scriptures translation. Again, the Scriptures translation is by the ISR. I recommend that in every video to check out this translation. It's a great translation. So this is Genesis chapter 25, verse 23. It says, "And Yahuwah said to her, 2 nations are in your womb, and 2 people shall be separated from your body. And 1 people shall be stronger than the other, and the older serve the younger." So right here, you have to understand that Rebecca was pregnant. She was pregnant with twins. And it says 2 nations were in her womb. So that's simple. 2 nations was in her womb. Esau represents a nation. Jacob represents a nation. Just like Noah. By Noah, you have Ham. That's a nation. Shem. That's a nation. And Japheth. That's a nation. And they populated the whole earth. So this is the same concept that by this couple, 2 different nationalities came by this one couple. Let's keep reading. Verse 24. "And when the days were filled for her to give birth, and see, twins were in her womb." So a lot of Hebrew Israelites, they will say, see that? They were twins. Fraternal twins. But that is not true. Esau and Jacob were identical twins. Let's prove that. What I'm going to do is, I'm going to go into some history. And as a lot of Hebrew Israelites know of this historian, Flavius Josephus, he talks about Esau and Jacob. So what I'm going to do is, I'm going to go into the Josephus. And I'm just going to read the part about Esau and Jacob. And this is the Antiquities of the Jews, 1.269. Again, this is the Antiquities of the Jews. It says, now I'm actually going to start at 270. So Antiquity of the Jews, 1.270. It says, "Now when the supper was got ready, he took a goat skin and put it about his arm, that by reason of its hairy roughness, he might by his father be believed to be Esau. For they being twins, and all thing else alike, differed only in this thing." Let me read that again. "Now when the supper was got ready, he took a goat skin and put it about his arms, that by reason of its hairy roughness, he might by his father be believed to be Esau, for they being twins and in all thing else alike, differed only in this thing. So according to Flavius Josephus, Esau and Jacob looked everything and like except for one thing. Esau was hairy. That's right, Esau was hairy. That was the only difference between Esau and Jacob, was his hairy skin. And you can read that in Genesis, I believe Genesis chapter 48 or 49. So, let's go back to Genesis chapter 25. And let's go back to verse 24. And when the days were filled for her to give birth, and see, twins were in her womb. Now remember, according to history, Flavius Josephus, he even said that they look just alike, identical twins. Only different in one thing. Esau was hairy. And the Bible is going to even prove that. Verse 25. And the first came out red all over, like a hairy garment. So they called his name Esau. So you see that? Esau was hairy. And it says that the first came out red. Now, a lot of Hebrew Israelites will say, you see that? He came out red. Well, let's study to show ourselves for proof. And let's look up this word red. So what we're going to do is we're going to go back into we're going to go into the Strong Concordance. And let's look up this red in Genesis chapter 25 and verse 25. Let's see. That word red is H119. Again, H119. It means reddish. It means of the hair or the complexion, red or ruddy. So Esau was red or ruddy. Red or ruddy, huh? The Hebrew word H119, red or ruddy. Did y'all know that Adam was also described as the same Hebrew word, red or ruddy? So was Adam also a so-called white man? Let's prove that Adam also was described as red or ruddy. Let's go into the Bible and let's go to Genesis chapter 2. So we see that Flavius Josephus said that Esau and Jacob look just alike. They look just alike. It was just that Esau was hairy. Now, let's go to Genesis chapter 2. Let's go to verse 7. It says, and Yahuwah Elohim formed a man out of dust from the ground and breathed into his nostrils breath of life, and the man became a living soul. So, let's go into the Hebrew and let's go to Genesis chapter 2. And let's look up this word man. This is talking about Adam. This is Genesis chapter 2, verse 7. Now, when you look up that word man, it's the Hebrew word 120. Here's the root word. The root word is H119. It's the same word that described Esau. Reddish, red, or ruddy. And Esau was made from what? The dust of the ground. So what I'm going to do here, I want to show y'all some soil. That is soil. That's the dust of the ground. Adam was formed from the dust of the ground. And when you see this,
Assalamu alaikum. If you're in a position